Oh, no, I think the First Amendment to the Constitution, which I keep mentioning, is correctly the First Amendment, because it has an establishment clause forbidding the Congress to make any law respecting an establishment or a support of any religion. And it also has a free exercise clause forbidding Congress to make any law abridging the freedom to attend any religion, any church, or practice any religion. And I think that strikes exactly the right balance. It originates from the time when it was decided to disestablish the Anglican Church, because it had been the church of British imperialism in Virginia. And the motion of Patrick Henry in the Virginia House was, well, no, we shouldn't go on subsidizing the Anglican Church. Instead, we should subsidize all churches. And Jefferson and Madison said, no, here's a revolutionary idea. Let's not subsidize any. People who want a church of their own can go to it, but they'll have to pay for it out of their own subscription. I would vary it only in two ways, and I think I could plead the Constitution in both cases. First, I don't think churches should be exempt from taxation, because that constitutes a subsidy. So tax-exempt churches shouldn't be allowed. Second, I think if someone's found mutilating the genitals of their children, they should go straight to jail, and shouldn't be allowed to plead a religious right to do so. Same with honor killing, same with polygamy, same with bride price, same with child marriage. And I think if a Jehovah's Witness or a Christian Scientist lets a child die from neglecting to take them to the doctor, the same should apply. That should be the last thing they do on the outside. So obviously the common law has to be made to apply. And I think that Congress should hear, and the Supreme Court should hear, evidence that no American aid money should be allowed to go to Israel that is even diverted to the building of Messianic settlements on the West Bank. Because as well as theft, that's the establishment of religion using American taxpayers' money, and should be illegal. And if there's going to be equal time for the teaching of religion in schools, then every church that takes a faith-based initiative subsidy or a tax break should be forced to spend half of its time teaching the origin of species. I think that's only fair.
It was Woody Allen who once said, "Not only is there no God, but try and get a plumber on the weekend." Hitchens' atheism doesn't come with a joke to soften the edges, and ultimately, it seems to me, the discussion boils down to ends and means. It was Babylonian King Hammurabi who was the first to claim that God had spoken to him, and had given him a set of rules to obey. So what if he and the Babylonian deity Marduk never actually had that little chit-chat? What's the harm if it gets people to behave a little nicer to each other? Hitchens believes that we can do it all on our own, that each of us inherently knows what's right and wrong, and we don't need the fear of an invisible force to make us do the right thing. Though unlikely to agree about the substance, perhaps both sides can agree with H.L. Mencken's statement, "Say what you will about the 10 Commandments, you must always come back to the pleasant fact that there's only 10 of them." Another pleasant fact to consider is that if you would like to stay informed about what's coming up on our program, please send us an email to bigideas@tvo.org. I'm Andrew Moody, and we'll see you next time.